Merlin,
Mad Max.
we're doing one max segment today with you in it. So no training today, you guys. I was thinking, we're always brainstorming, me and Merlin, about some cool ideas that you guys would like to see on the channel and stuff. And a lot of people are always asking us questions about nutrition. So we want to create a section that's only going to be about nutrition. So I'm talking about basic diet, basic macro, delicious recipes. That's the surprise we're coming up with. So we have all kinds of ideas we're thinking of to make the channel more interesting for you guys. So if you have any suggestions, of course, we would like to hear them. But we're going to start this one with being the first one of that series. And I was telling Eric, there's so many people are getting into bodybuilding or training hard and trying their very best to make progress and stuff. But of course, a big part of that is the nutrition. So I wanted you to be able to talk to people about what would it be for someone who just got into the gym, who's a total newbie, and wants to eat properly. What kind of guideline could you provide for them? Sorry, guys, there's a little bit work going on in the background.
I'm still working on this gym.
So just to, without being too specific and too complicated, to kind of let people, put someone on the right path.
Guidelines.
Right,
guidelines, yeah. Yeah, I mean, because most people who, they start off going to the gym, they don't have any kind of diet, really. They just eat, when they're hungry. And
right.
And obviously, training has to be supported, like you said, with the proper diet, or you're not going to get very much out of your training. So, when you think about diet from the most basic level, first thing I'll talk about is frequency of eating. The normal diet that a lot of people do is maybe breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe some people skip breakfast to go to work, real quick.
That happens a lot, actually.
Some people, I've even come across people who are like, oh, I have no time to eat, I eat once a day. And then when I get home at night, I'm snacking, things like that. And all that stuff really can't be done if you're, looking to make some progress in the gym. So you have to kind of get yourself on an eating schedule. And I think that for most people, I think like a 5 meal per day plan works well. And it can even be something like where it's like the main meals are like your breakfast meal, your lunch meal, and then maybe your post-training meal later in the day if you do that. And then in between, maybe some smaller meals. But if you can feed yourself at least 5 times a day, not letting yourself go longer than about 3 hours between feedings, that's a good way to start. Of course, what do you eat? So the most important nutrient, number one, is going to be proteins. That is going to be your main nutrient that you need for muscle building. It's the main nutrient you even need for fat loss. That's where it has to start. So every single meal should have a protein source. Some good basic protein sources. We're talking about eggs. We're talking about meats, chicken, fish, game meats, even like bison, stuff like that. Turkey, protein powders. All of these are good, complete protein sources. And you want to have at least one of these things with each meal. I don't want to get too into like the numbers, body weight and how much you should have, but just think about getting in a good protein source at every single meal so your body has the amino acids which come from protein throughout the day. Second, carbohydrates. Good carbohydrates include things like, rice, potatoes, yams, oatmeal, grain bread. Fruits are good. You don't want to have things that are like simple sugars and that's not going to feed your body. You want to have carbohydrates that have some nutrients and they're nutrient dense. For most people, I tell them to eat the majority of the carbohydrates at meal 1 because that's when your body's been fasting all night and it needs carbohydrates just to get your energy levels up. And give you, good energy throughout the day, especially if you have a job or you go to school and things like that. And then post-workout is also a very good time to have a large carbohydrate meal along with your protein because during workouts, you get rid of muscle glycogen, which is stored carbohydrates, and you need to replenish that. You could still have a small amount of carbs with your other meals, but I'm just saying the 2 major feedings really should be at breakfast and post-workout. You should also include healthy fats in your diet. By healthy fats, I mean things like, nuts like, almonds and walnuts and cashews, avocados, healthy oils like olive oil, fish oils. Healthy fats, a lot of people think oh, I'm not supposed to eat fat because then I'll get fat. But when you're talking about healthy fats, these are functional fats, and they actually will help your metabolism to stay revved. They have a lot of health benefits in terms of not only building muscle and improving metabolism, but also keeping, your hair strong, your skin. They're just really, really healthy things, and they should be included in the diet. So even a small amount of fats with some of your smaller carbohydrate meals works out well. And I think you should also try to include, a lot of people don't do this, some type of vegetables in the diet as well. Doesn't have to be at every single meal, but if you can have like a salad with dinner, or maybe you have, some type of greens with lunch, things like that, just get at least some so you're getting those micronutrients that vegetables have. So, that's a good basic plan. And if you don't have the time to eat 5 full meals, protein powders is a really, really good way to help you to get in that protein 5 times a day. A good whey isolate protein powder or a casein protein powder works really, really well. Try to look for ones that are low in sugar, lower in carbohydrates, so that way you can actually add some carbohydrates or fats to it to make it a good meal. But it makes it a lot easier when you know that you can get at least 2 of those protein meals in from protein powder. So if you could start doing this, get on that pattern where you're eating like about 5 times a day, about 2.5 to 3 hours between meals. You're going to keep yourself fed, you're going to keep your energy levels high, you're going to have the protein you need to build muscle, keep your metabolism going, and you're really going to start to get the results that you want from training, because training is a stress, it breaks down muscle tissue, needs to be rebuilt, and what's going to rebuild it is the food that you eat. So that's really basically the best advice I can give to somebody without getting too complex.
How long would you say someone would have to stay on a diet like this before they start upgrading or being a bit more precise with their macro?
Well, I mean,
like 6 months, a year.
I would say that if you could do a diet like this and just get yourself to the pattern of eating 5 times a day, and eating healthful foods, after about 3 months or so, I think you can start thinking to yourself, okay, now I want to be a little bit more precise, like you said.
Yeah.
Think about what it is that I want to do with my body, because are you a skinny person who needs to gain a lot of muscle mass? Then you're going to want to have higher overall calories. Your carbohydrates might need to be higher. If you're somebody who wants to burn body fat, you're a little overweight, you want to build muscle, but you also want to see the body fat come down. Now you're going to have to start thinking about, what is my overall calorie intake? How high are my carbohydrates? I need to bring my carbohydrates down. Protein is always going to be pretty much a constant. I think for most people, a very, very good level of protein, once they start to get more precise, is about 1 gram per pound of body weight. That works really well. So I think if you could do that for about 3 months, just starting to eat healthfully, then you can start getting a little bit more precise based on what your goals are.
All right, I like that answer. We'll do some follow-ups with you guys with the nutrition. So maybe the next video, Eric's got a lot of good tricks that a lot of people have never heard before, because I've never heard about them before I met him. And it made a whole lot of difference, So we're not going to get into that right now, complicate things. We'll let you digest this one, and then we'll do another one a little bit more advanced next time.
Yeah, and you guys, we could take this all the way from the level of just basic nutrition for building muscle, burning fat, all the way up to competition level as we evolve. And then, of course, we have some special recipes coming up
That'll be
as
good,
well, which will be fun.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Hey, make sure you subscribe, guys. I was going to
Absolutely. Don't forget that.
All right.